What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where it's about the latest and greatest of cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and as always, I'm joined by Chris Abcon, at least for this week.
What's going on, everyone?
What's going on? So special guest of the week is Chris Abcon. Um, so if you have not done so already, please tune in for Monday's episode where we talk about Airbus and their acquisition, $2 billion for Atos potentially, big data company. And then on Tuesday, we talk about Department of Energy and how they're spending $70 million to fund research and development. And then on Wednesday, CMMC 2.0. So we talk about how some of the burden has been lifted off MSPs and manufacturers or not, and where that burden went, basically.
Exactly.
Um, and then Thursday, hopefully, was Ask a CISSP. I have an interview on Monday with a longtime friend and mentor, Jeff Lodick. But it just depends on how long it took me to, edit it and process it and all that good stuff. So look forward to that. If it did not happen on Thursday, it will happen in the upcoming Thursday. And then today is everything else. So if you're here for cybersecurity stuff, not too much of that, but more movies, books, games, TV shows, all that good stuff. So with that being said, Chris, would you get into this either holiday break or this week?
I mean, this week specific has been like me getting back in, the post holidays, getting back into the game and everything. But this week, right, my wife and I actually we binged The Gilded Age on HBO Max. But The Gilded Age is if you're familiar with like Downton Abbey, it's a little bit posh of a show, but it covers a family during the Gilded Age in the late 1800s in New York City. So it talks about the nouveau riche, people that are, they
Mm,
just like acquired wealth through industrial revolution, whatever. As you know, America was a land of opportunity, and it also had the old guard, people who had money for generations, right? So there's interestingly, it's a show about rich people, So
gotcha,
I guess
gotcha.
us as not, I mean, didn't come up from that level of it. Really enjoyed watching rich people and the problems. So it's really funny to see that. But it's really cool though. It does, they do have people in the working class in the show, and they highlight their struggles as well. So it's a really really great show, and I think it really highlights and it kind of puts it's a little bit of marketing for New York's
Mm,
museums and
okay.
oh, I want to go see the Breakers, where was this filmed, I'm not saying you're in Newport, but it, there's various locations in York, right, that this show was filmed. And yeah, it definitely puts a historical spin on entertainment. And I've always been a fan of historical fiction, just because I like history. So, that fusion of entertainment and history always gets me to want to say, oh, who is this family based off of, right? So I found out that the main characters are based off the Vanderbilts, and a
Mm,
fusion of their personality with other wealthy individuals of that era. So it was a pretty cool show, and it's kind of cool to see New York City, and it's at least depicted in a phase of buildup, right?
right.
They're building all these mansions, these brownstones, and all that good stuff that the New Yorkers aspire to have one day. So it's the only things they can dream of, and it's really cool. It's a cool show. It's a cool show in that regard. Um, but and then on that's from the TV side. On the sports side, obviously, it's the college football playoffs, which
Right.
went the way I wanted it to go. I wanted to see Washington and the Michigan Wolverines go at it, right? So I'm excited to see a non-SEC team in the college football final. So I'm finally
Okay.
thankful for that. Like me, I like both teams, right? I like the University of Washington. I like the University of Michigan. I have a little bit of Big Ten bias for Michigan. Another U of M. I'm a University of Minnesota alum. But it's kind of funny. I'm actually looking at MBA programs, and both of these schools have really great online or
Oh,
hybrid
got you.
programs. I'm like, oh, maybe I should apply to both of these, and I'll put that out in my letter. Like, oh, you guys won the national championship. I want to get my MBA from a school that
Right.
had a good freaking football team.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all good. So I'm not big into college only because like so I'm from Western New York, right? So Buffalo.
Yeah.
The closest D1 school is Syracuse, so it's pretty far away.
Mhm.
I think University of Buffalo's D2. I mean, don't quote me on that though. I might be offending somebody right
Mhm.
now, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I
for
just I
sure.
just I just never got into college football. Um, but my best friend, he's a big Michigan fan, so
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's very excited. So I'm more NFL, right? So because Buffalo Bills, right? So I'm super excited tonight. So I'm recording this on Sunday. Hopefully by the time you hear this, we will be the AFC East champions.
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
that's what I'm hoping. Like I got my Bills, you can't see it because it's black on black, but I got my Bills hoodie on right now. I'm very, very excited. But the game's at like 8:20. I'm just gonna be a struggle.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
But it's
struggle.
exciting. The playoffs should be exciting. I'm a Vikings fan, but I'm it's fine. I actually, NFC North, I'm gonna keep it. I'm not a Packers fan. Don't root for the Packers, but I am rooting for the Lions, right? So I've
Okay.
got I've got I've got vested interest into the state of Michigan this month. So I'm rooting for the Lions to go all the way. And Michigan to take the final. But it's gonna be a lot of fun to me. It's gonna be pretty interesting on that regard. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
but
So you said you watched the Gilded. I've seen it. I've seen the thumbnail and just like, I don't know if that's really for
mm,
me. I may try it out because I didn't do Downtown Abbey, but I did oh man, what was the one on Netflix? Oh man, Shonda Rhimes, she did the
mm.
historical fiction one. I can't remember what it's called. Like somebody screaming at the radio right now. But
Yeah.
I did try that one out and I thought it was okay. Like first season
Uh,
was pretty cool, but I didn't watch it past that. Like I was good. I was good with the one season. Um but I got a lot like shamefully I got a lot of media in this this holiday slash
yeah, for sure.
first week of the new year. I watched Castlevania Nocturnal or the new Castlevania cartoon on Netflix. I watched all of that. It was okay. It wasn't as good as the first Castlevania, but it wasn't bad. So it's still
Mhm.
great animation, cool acting, things of that nature. Like it's still big budget, anime inspired, right? It's just like to see Castlevania in general. Like I wish the games would come back, but Konami is wilding.
Yeah, Konami, I'm not sure what happened to Konami. But like they got a special place in my heart because of the Metal Gear series, right? They
Yeah,
got up,
I need them to set the game back up.
yeah, I need some epic games like that to come back out, really.
Yeah,
Maybe get me back into really playing video games again, right? I mean, we're busy adults now, but I
yeah,
remember those days as a middle schooler just stuck on the PlayStation 2 playing Metal Gear Solid 2 for days at a time, just wasting away. The good times.
right, right. Yeah, and that's basically what I did. I just wasted away the past couple weeks. What else did I watch? So I watched Murder in Venice. So I don't know if you've seen
Ooh, that looks
that
interesting. Yeah.
that series. Yeah, so this was a different take on it. So it's the detective Poirot. I'm pronouncing his name poorly, but he's like a master detective. He's able to figure out every crime. Like death always follows him. Like he just always happens to show up in a place where somebody gets murdered, and he has to come up with how it
Mhm.
happened, like who did it, right? So they did it on the train, they did it in Egypt, and now he is in Venice. And this one is a spooky take on it. So trying to figure out like, is it really ghosts or is it really a murderer? Um, I liked it. I thought he did a really good job.
Mhm.
I watched that one. I watched Barbarian. It's another horror flick by A24. I don't know if you've heard of it, but basically, she goes to lady goes to Airbnb. Somebody else is already there. You don't know if he's a creep or not, and then it goes left so fast. Like it's pretty good. Like you should check it out. It did not end the way I expected it.
Interesting. I mean, everybody's got like, Airbnb stories. I'm sure
Yeah,
everybody's got an Airbnb horror story or something like that. But definitely somebody putting that on pen and paper and putting it on Netflix is pretty interesting.
yeah,
Um,
it's pretty crazy. Like think of The Hills Have Eyes. Like
mhm.
it jumps to that type of scenario. You're like, what is happening? Like, what is going on?
I was
Um,
just wondering. I didn't get around to it, but my favorite anime of all time is Yu Yu Hakusho.
yeah,
Right? It's actually
yeah,
it's still it's like to me, in my opinion, it stands the test the time. It's got the best anime tournament arc out there.
it's very
Period.
80s, very
It's
80s.
yeah, it's early, yeah, late 80s, early 90s. I absolutely love it. The music is very, 80s, 90s.
Yeah,
It's got a fun theme, but it's a very well crafted, character centric anime. But they just came up with a live action adaptation on Netflix, right?
yeah,
Now I haven't gotten around to watching it. I think I will, just here and there start watching because I did enjoy the One Piece live action series. That was outstanding. I think definitely faithful and truthful to
okay.
the source material. But yeah, I'm pretty excited to get the Yu Yu Hakusho series a shot. I think it's already out on Netflix, so I'm
It
gonna give
is.
that a
Yeah,
shot
I
as
did see
well.
the thumbnail. I was just like, I don't know. Like I think I checked out they did Full Alchemist Brotherhood. It was okay. Like to
Okay,
sum it
yeah.
all up in one movie, I was like, you did a pretty good job. But um
Fullmetal Alchemist needs like, in my opinion, it needs the HBO treatment. It needs like the freaking 10 episodes, and I want like Game of Thrones has that red wedding moment. I want that Chimera moment to be
okay.
devastating,
Yeah, that was
devastating.
yeah, that definitely was not the Chimera moment was definitely not in it.
That is
Yeah.
like that right there. I mean, really, those memeable, events in anime, they need to just like
Yeah.
if any production company knows what's good for them, like take advantage. That material is there, and like write it, make it impactful, and you'll have people coming in droves to watch your freaking show.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, because
mean,
I know they did Attack on Titan, and I heard people didn't really like it or whatever. But yeah, if they did the Attack on
mhm.
Titan HBO treatment, like the Last of Us type treatment to it, that would
Oh
be
yeah.
a massive hit.
Honestly, HBO and Attack on Titan would be unbelievable, man. I'm just like thinking about that, like, holy crap. The level of, I mean, the budget would be absolutely freaking mad. Like,
Yeah,
how would, I mean, they would have to make a CGI Titan look real.
yeah,
Like just imagine like the muscle fibers on the colossal Titan, just like, and just explosions and, people getting eaten and crap like
right.
that. Like,
Cities being
what?
destroyed and devastated.
Yeah, like what? But I think it would be an exciting prospect. Hey, HBO, if you guys go for it, send some idea money our way.
Right,
So,
right. What else,
um,
what else did I watched another movie. Rebel
the
Moon. So I watched Rebel Moon Part One.
oh yeah, I haven't heard of Rebel Moon. I mean,
Ep
I've heard of Rebel Moon, but I haven't gotten around
yeah,
to watching it yet.
epic.
It's so. Would you recommend it?
Epic.
Like, it's pretty
I w-
good.
I would. It's like he built like he's built an entire universe out of it. Like it's kind of like, hey, I want to make a Star Wars movie. Oh, you want me to make a Star Wars movie? Okay, I'll make my own Star Wars. It's really, really good. I would say the pacing is like spot on for people who don't like a lot of narration. Like they get to the point fairly fast. Like the movie is like almost 3 hours long, but it didn't feel like it.
Really?
Like I thought I was going to watch it in two parts. I wound up sitting and watching the whole thing. It's very quick paced.
It's got 5.6 on IMDb. I'm looking like, what? But like, I want to. If okay, interesting. But
I thought it was good.
again, I got you have to give it a shot yourself and see if you like it.
Yeah, I thought
But
it was good. Like maybe
mhm.
because of the pacing. Like again, it was breakneck fast. Because I was just like, oh, it's part one. They're only going to get to a certain conclusion or whatever. Like no, they were filling in their roster really fast. They're finding people really quickly to build their little ragtag team of revolutionaries. So I'm not giving anything away. That's just the trailer, right? But like she's assembling her team, and they get there fairly fast within the 3 hours, even though it just didn't feel that long. Like that's crazy that the movie felt fairly short. It felt like an hour and a half long movie. So that I think that goes to show that it's done very well. But I'm sure some people were probably like, "No, it's trash."
Yeah, I mean, people's tastes have changed. Zack Snyder, I think, when he does have uh carte blanche creative control, I think his movies do run long. Like
Hmm.
every freaking um director's cut of Superman's like an hour extra long. I don't know, but
Yeah,
like yeah, he
yeah,
he likes his he likes to take his time.
yeah, definitely. But yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good pick. I only watched it just because I wanted to catch it while it was still in the top 10. Because I think it's like the number two movie right now,
Okay,
still on Netflix.
for sure. It's got
And
like a Anthony Hopkins is in it, right? That's pretty cool. And Charlie
mhm,
Hunnam, that's some pretty big names on there. It's pretty cool.
yeah, and it just looks amazing. Like visually stunning. And then speaking of visually stunning, so I played God of War Ragnarok Valhalla and actually beat it. So it's DLC, free
Nice,
DLC.
nice.
Actually has a lot of story in it. So it's a roguelike, right? So you're kind of going through it. It's primarily all combat, right? You're doing all these trials to get to the endpoint. But Kratos is working out, like it's like therapy for Kratos. Kratos is working out his past. So he's talking about events that happened in the original trilogy.
Mm,
Um, and from his new perspective, right? Because he's not that guy anymore. Um, it's pretty cool. Like you get really in depth in the character, and then they bring up moments you're like, yeah, I remember doing that as younger Kratos. Uh, he was like, man, I was jacked up, and he's just dealing with the trauma of it. Like, why did I do this type situation? So I was like, okay. And then it comes to has an ending. And then because it's a roguelike, you can always jump back in and do more stuff. And I think there is a little bit more story in there, but I don't believe there's another ending. I think I got the only ending that there is. Um, but it's pretty cool. I enjoyed it. And then I jumped from that to my youngest started playing Smash Bros. So
on
kind of
Switch?
teach them, yeah, kind of teach them how the
Yeah.
controls work and stuff like that. He was interested. So we see if that flourishes. And then um I started playing Horizon, Forbidden West. I don't like the series. I don't know what it is about it. It's just not fun to me,
Mm,
but I feel compelled to play it because it's a PlayStation banger, right? Like it's one of
yeah.
those The Last of Us, the Uncharted's like Horizon
Uncharted's
is
right.
pretty big, so I gotta kind of figure out like why I don't like it and kind of get past it.
Yeah, I was a big fan of those, Devil May Cries back in the day. I think Devil May Cry, Ninja Scroll, I mean, all that stuff was so much fun to me.
Hmm.
You did mention the Nintendo Switch, but somebody in my family just got a Nintendo Switch, and they had that Super Mario game. I think it's called
Oh, Wonder?
Wonder Super, and man, that is a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
think it's a lot of
Okay.
fun. It's
So I haven't
I think
played it
it's
yet.
multiplayer, and I think it's a whole lot of family fun. I think it's definitely a good to go. I do want to try out. I don't have a Switch. Maybe I should get a Switch. But hopefully, when this family member gets, Luigi's Mansion, I can, go over and play Luigi's
Right.
Mansion on their on their console. But the family member has also been obsessed with Tears of the Kingdom,
Okay.
right? And it's just been nonstop talking about it. Like, oh yeah, Tears of the Kingdom is awesome. So that's really cool to see. Yeah, I think I'm not really into consoles at this moment. If I were to get back into, and I think I talked about this last time, but like, uh, Blizzard just released something called Seasons of Discovery for World of Warcraft. It's essentially like a new
Okay.
take on the classic World of Warcraft. So they're expanding it horizontally, vice like however you want to call it.
Mm,
Um, but it's adding new content, in those nostalgic areas that I
right.
used
Like
to play.
vanilla World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I used to play. I mean, I used to play embarrassing amounts of WoW. Like it was bad. But it's I've been reading online like, hey, I haven't played WoW in a decade. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. Like my brother still plays WoW occasionally, and I'm like, yeah, maybe I should join him just to see what was up. But again, it is a big time commitment. It is a
Right.
huge time commitment. With that said. Um, And then I, d- I do want to also see how um some of the new Pokemon games go. You know, hopefully there's something new that's going to be. I know that the Detective Pikachu was a thing, right? But I know it's a little bit of a kids game, but I'm a big Pokemon fan.
Gotcha. I don't know if you see this thing moving around in the background. It's my dog.
Oh, that's cute.
Um, so I did get the new Pokemon for my middle son. So
Oh,
he
really?
he played through it, he beat it, but he just never picked up on it, right? Like he just played it for the story and then he rolled out. So I was like, that's
Mhm.
interesting. Like usually, like people like to battle and stuff like that. Like that just wasn't his thing. Um, but the engine, like they I was a Game Freak that makes those games. They need to do something. Like they can't rest on their laurels any longer. Like it plays like trash. Like
Really? Mhm.
like the battling is cool and all that stuff, but when you're in the open world, like it chugs. It doesn't look good. It doesn't play well. And I don't think it's a necessary issue with the Switch because like you see like Wonder plays well, Tears of the Kingdom plays well, and that's a humongous game. Um, I think they need a Pokemon Engine 2.0. It's time. It's time for them to do something
Unreal
new.
Engine on Pokemon. Yeah.
So, but yeah, he didn't really get into it. And I couldn't really get into it with him because I'm still the original 150, right? Like they have Pokemon as they just like they it feels like they gave
Red and
up.
blue.
It's
Yeah.
just it's like it's a Pokemon that looks like a chandelier. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like these are inanimate objects. Like why are they Pokemon?
Yeah. You got this
So
TikTok Pokemon,
yeah,
something.
man, it's trash. But yeah, I'm a red and blue guy. So hopefully they remake those, man. I like red and blue and Unreal. That'll be awesome.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, like I just saw it was like a quick one of those like short form videos on YouTube, but it was an old man, like an 80-year-old guy. He was a war veteran, right? He was starting to play Call of, was it Battlefield? And
Okay.
I just saw he sniped somebody from like an obscene location, right? He's like, and he just got this like boy joyful glee to him when he plays video games, right? I'm like, wow, that's I miss that. You know, I'm like, oh,
Right.
I would love to just like, yeah, let's go, or get so emotionally invested in a video game where you're just really enjoying it. But it was really funny because he was like showing off his sniping tricks, like it's actual like actually trying to shoot someone. Like,
Right.
what are you doing? Like, yeah, you want to make sure that you want to count the travel time, blah blah blah. Like, bro, it's a video game. It's just
Hey, it's like
point
it's
and point and shoot, man. But
right.
it was really cool. But like, I think, do you ever feel like first person shooters just like feel like I'm too slow for them now? Maybe I'm just like not
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah,
Like,
I've
ah,
I've gotten old, yeah. Like I tried to play Call
yeah.
of Duty a couple years ago and like this like I want to say it was maybe Modern Warfare 1 remake or something like that, but like
Mhm.
this dude was just like I was trying to kill one person. He was like jumping, bouncing and uh like he was playing the game like I could not play it. He was playing Call of
Yeah,
Duty like Halo. I was just like, I don't understand how he's doing all this stuff. I couldn't
yeah.
kill him. Couldn't kill him. He killed me.
Yeah, I think those high, was it, actions per minute games with like a lot of fast twitch, what do we want to
Yeah.
call it, reactionary. I just can't do it. I need something that's like a strategy game, like something turn-based so I can take my turn.
Mm,
Speaking of turn-based, I wanted to get into Civilization again, so something like that, like a turn-based strategy game, or
yeah.
something that's slow paced to where I can, you know, at least take some type of analytical thought making it versus just quick reaction time to
Right.
a
Right.
fast moving item.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I play a lot of single player games. Like I don't like playing with other people as much. Just because I just don't have the time to schedule it, right? Like you have to schedule like I'm gonna meet with my friends and we're gonna play this and we're gonna uh do this, this quest or this dungeon or what have you. Like, nah, I just like to play my own pace. Like, hey, I have 5 minutes, I have 10 minutes now. Like I'm just gonna hop on, hit the PS5 or the Xbox and just make it happen. And then when I'm busy, like I gotta do dad stuff, husband stuff, I just cut it back off, right? Um, that's the type of gaming I'm into now. But Everything now is like a live service game. I can't stand it. Like, why does everything have to have um live service elements? Like, it always has to be on. It always has to be new stuff. It always has to be uh uh friend or team based, or like, no, just give me
Hmm.
the Last of Us, give me the Dead Spaces, give me the Resident Evils, like just give me single player experience. I can hop in, hop out. So
Yeah, I think the single player epic games, they're so far, like there's so few of them nowadays. You know, the Zeldas, things like that. Like,
yeah,
but specifically for what was it? Oh yeah, like GTAs. Those GTA type games, especially with the new one coming out. Was it next year or 2 years? Yeah, next year, right?
next year, yeah,
GTA. Yeah, but it's really funny if you've seen the Vice City map, essentially like a mini Florida,
yeah,
right? So I'm like, man, that's where I'm at.
yeah. I can't wait. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Like, just like Grand Theft Auto is I guess now it's gonna come out like every 10 years maybe.
I mean, they
So
definitely milked the previous Grand Theft Auto. I mean, there's
yeah,
there's still like a bunch of you'll see just a bunch of those people making roller coasters or something on freaking GTA, right? And just testing on physics. I mean, how realistic these physics are? Obviously, not really.
right.
But how many modders out there on GTA? Like, do they even play the real game? Or they're just they're on Minecraft style, and just create their own world. But I think that's what the market caters to now. Like,
Yeah.
hey, here's your canvas and create art. Like the whole Minecraft open world, do what you want. But sometimes, I want something linear, man. I want something linear.
Yeah, well, I don't want to choose my own adventure all the time. Like,
Yeah.
tell me who I am, and I'm going to play that.
I
Like,
don't want to think. I just want to be taken through a ride. Show me the ride. Let's
yeah,
go.
that's why I'm excited. I think it's the leap day this year. February 29th will be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm
Oh,
super
that's
excited.
exciting.
Yeah. So I started playing Remake a little bit. I don't think I'm going to finish it though. Like, it's like a 30, 40 hour game. I don't have time for that. But just to get familiar with the controls again, so I get ready for Rebirth. I'm super excited.
That's interesting. That should cover two-thirds of the game, correct? Or
Yeah. Yeah, something
not
like that. I
the
think they
not
said it's gonna be a trilogy. So this will be the second. Like, so everything was Midgar the first game. Now this one will be the open world. So you get to go to all the towns and hopefully fight the weapons and um I don't know. I don't know how far they'll go in it, but the story's already starting to change. Like, it stands by itself, right? Like, so your Final Fantasy VII has a story now. Final Fantasy VII Remake has a deviation to that story. So I'm pretty excited.
Mm, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how this develops, and it's confirmed to be a trilogy, and really like I'm curious to see how they manage the open world aspect.
Yeah.
It's I'm thinking, I'm hoping like classic Final Fantasy 7, or Final Fantasy where you got an airship, just can't go
Yeah.
around
Yeah,
and things,
exactly.
but it might be different. It might be the interactions might be different, and I hope they don't put like multiplayer crap in this. Just
But
kidding.
yeah, I don't believe so. But I've been staying away from any like media blackout for me. I want to be completely surprised. So they've been showing a lot of it. And I'm just like, nah, I'll play it when it comes out. So super excited for that. That'll be my next big game. And then I have to go back and finish Tears of the Kingdom. It's daunting because I can mainline it, but I always get distracted. Like, there's always something shiny in the
Mhm.
distance. I'm like, oh, I gotta go check that out. And
That's
then a couple hours later, I'm
that's
like,
why they made it like
ah,
that.
I gotta get off.
Yeah, it's exactly how they keep you in. They keep you in with the distractions,
hmm
you know.
But but yeah, and then I don't think there's any new movies or anything coming out. But oh, I started the Fall of the House of Usher, so I hope to finish that one by next week.
Nice, nice, nice. Oh, movies. Barbie and Oppenheimer are out on streaming now. So Barbenheimer are out there.
So
So
Oppenheimer is on streaming. What
I
service?
think I think it's on Prime, but I'm pretty sure you have to buy stream it. Oppenheimer stream.
Oh, okay, you have to rent it. Gotcha. Because I
Yeah,
know
but
Barbie is free. Well, free if you have HBO.
Yeah, but right now it's on Amazon or Apple TV for $5 or whatever. I might go get it on Apple TV. I really enjoy Oppenheimer, so I think I'll go buy that. I support Chris Nolan's the emphasis on going back to the theater. He wants it to be an experience, so I think I'm gonna go buy it. But
Got you.
it's just yeah, I definitely recommend it. Whenever it does come on stream, definitely. But it's gonna be one of those, hey, two-seater, two time. It's 3 hours
Right.
long, so just be prepared for that.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm excited to see it, to be honest with you, because I missed it in theaters. I chose Barbie. I saw it with my daughter.
But yeah, Barbie was the family-friendly decision,
Yeah.
but yeah, I definitely want to. Oppenheimer was one of the only times actually that I've gone to the theater in a long time, and really after COVID, right?
Mm,
It just made me realize how much I miss that, that noise, that the booming bass coming from the speakers. It's
right.
just a different experience when you go to the theater. So I think, um, yeah, I think Chris Nolan is one of the only ones that really just cater to the theater crowd versus directly streaming, right? It's like he designs movies around the theater
Yeah.
experience. So I think I definitely want to experience more of that, whatever movie he comes out with next.
Got you. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I said if it came back to theaters, I'd go watch it, and it did, and I'd still didn't go watch it. Like I go to theaters
Yeah,
sparingly,
yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely one of those. I'm still very excited to see that at the house though. Like I heard the story was amazing, visually striking. So cannot wait.
Yeah, and the music is really well done as well. I think
Okay.
it's really on par with the I'm blanking right now, but it's really on par with some of the best scores out there. Some of the best.
Hmm. Got you. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. Um, I think that pretty much wraps it up, to be honest with you. That's a lot. I did consumed a lot. Like hopefully this week I'll be a little bit more focused. It's
Yeah.
time to get back to work, right? Um, but again, I'm going to finish the House of Usher though. Like the Fall of the House of Usher. Like I watched the first episode, I really liked it, so gonna get through that. Um, but yeah, definitely continue to tune in throughout the week. So again, Monday, Tuesday are topics, Wednesday discussion, Thursday everything, or Thursday hopefully will be Ask a CISSP. If not, it'll be a throwback. Look forward to. I have 3 interviews scheduled for this month, so between January and February, I'll have some cool Ask a CISSPs up there for you guys, and then of course Fridays, everything else: movies, books, games, TV shows, all that good stuff. So here's talk about non-cybersecurity stuff, still be nerdy, right? Um, Hit us up by the websites that go by our name. You can hit me up personally. I'm at RY Security Guy. That's RY Security Guy. You can find me on um, LinkedIn, Clubhouse, Twitter, and Threads. And you, Chris?
You find me under Chris Abacon, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn.
There it is. Stay safe, stay secure.